Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. It's me again, bitching about Modern Warfare. More today of bitching about bitching. But what are people complaining about? That has been complained about more recently, but it's been complained about for the last couple of weeks. It is removal of the OK gesture. Now, I'm not going to argue about whether it was right or wrong for them to remove it. There's a lot of nuance in those conversations. It's more about the fact that they can remove it because it is Activision's, intellectual property, and because terms of service, TOS, EULA, whatever. And it's more that they can do that, instead of arguing whether or not it was right or wrong. And yeah, you better bet your ass when they got something that TOS that can protect them from, class action lawsuits from consumers. They got something that can protect them from removing content in the game without telling anyone. And another thing is, I've seen people leap to this conclusion about, well, what if they remove content that we paid money for? They can do that. You agree to TOS, and why it would be really scummy and shitty for them to do. They can do that. And I got another example of how, they have terms of services in place to protect them from, any consumer backlash in these online games. This is from EA from the 7th console generation, Xbox 360, PS3 era, when it came to, their online pass and online services. And we'll read this right now. One thing to note when I'm reading this is not from the huge wall of text that you have to, agree when you make these online accounts. This is from the back of the game case. So yeah. Access to online features and/or services requires an EA/Origin account and registration with a single-use serial code enclosed to a new full retail purchase. That's the online pass I'm talking about right there. Registration for online features is limited to one EA/Origin account per serial code, which is non-transferable once used. Additional serial codes available for purchase. EA Online privacy policy, terms of service, and feature updates can be found at EA.com. You must be 13 years or older to register for an EA/Origin account, and EA may retire online features after 30 days of notice posted. So, main things they got in there. You need an online pass to play online. They're only usable once. You can't transfer them, and they're available for purchase. But the main thing there, the last line, and we'll read this last line again. EA may retire online features after 30 days, notice posted. So what they're saying right there, they can retire the online services 30 days after the game has come out. Only 30 days they can guarantee, the game being active online. I shit you not. And that's in the terms of service. So when you agree, or if you made an Origin account, that means you already agreed to that from previous EA games. They can release a game, have the online stuff in there for the first 30 days. 31st day comes and the online's dead, and they can do that. So they can stop content whenever they want. They can add in content whenever they want. They can remove content whenever they want. It's because it's in the terms of services, and when you agree to that, you agree to the fucking terms they got in there. So yeah, I don't get the whole. I do get it, but like, they can do it. That's the thing. I mean, like, you agree to the TOS, they can do it. Like, and when it comes to bans, specifically, they can ban you without, having, the correct reason. And that's in the Activision TOS. And that's the other thing we'll talk about. There's been a lot of false bans, or players that have been banned, that are actually innocent. Fortunately, in like the last, last 12 hours, a day or so, there have been accounts that have been unbanned that were falsely banned, which is good, but again, they could ban you without no rhyme or reason, without even telling you that you've been banned, or without giving you a warning, because it's in the TOS. That's the main thing I want to argue here. That it's in the TOS. We agreed to them, and if they do sleazy or scummy shit, they got the TOS to back them up for doing sleazy or scummy shit. And the last thing I want to harp on is how people are complaining about the gesture being removed when it doesn't affect gameplay as much compared to, I don't know, hackers, you being falsely banned. Those affect gameplay a lot more than a fucking gesture. And that's really all I have to say. Like, those affect gameplay a lot more than a fucking gesture. So I feel like if we're going to bitch about something, we should at least be bitching about this more, to at least the point where the false bans and the hackers will get a Eurogamer article instead of the fucking OK gesture being removed. That's what I feel like we should be bitching about more. Not saying you can't bitch about both of them, but I've seen more stuff when it came to the OK gesture being removed, and more posts about that in the Modern Warfare subreddit and the gaming subreddit on Reddit in general, compared to, you know, the false bans and, you know, the recent resurgence of hackers. That's what I'm saying. And another thing is, when it comes to the gesture being removed, is some of these people with their criticisms, you know, they're just making personal attacks towards the developers, and that's the one thing you can't do, because no matter how smart your criticisms are, how valid they are, the moment you make personal attacks towards the developers, they can just easily, you know, dismiss all those criticisms as blind hate, and that's what they have done. That's what the developers have done really in the past, and they've done that by, you know, just not responding anymore on the subreddit. They've been really inactive on the subreddit. Like, they'll respond to something maybe once or twice a month, but other than that, they've been inactive. Guys like Joe Seacott, Ashton, you know, Vulcan from the community manager, they've been really inactive on the subreddit. They're active on Twitter. They do some stuff on Twitter, but they've been really inactive on the subreddit. It's because, you know, those personal and toxic attacks against developers. And yeah, it doesn't help, you know, your point at all when you make those personal attacks. I mean, I've been very critical of Joe Seacott. I think he is bad at his job, to be more polite. I think his design philosophies contradict each other and that they're just objectively bad. But I've never made any personal attacks against Joe Seacott. And I also said this man should be fired because he's not good at his job. But never made any personal attacks against Joe Seacott. And, you know, yeah, but they've been inactive because the toxic comments they've got from I don't know how long this game's been out, more like the last 8 or 9 months. So yeah, those comments that are just calling, you know, Activision and, you know, the developers soy boy cucks, snowflakes, oversensitive bitches, doesn't help your case at all. And you look really sensitive when you're bitching about a gesture being removed in the game. Also, like, that's another thing, is, you know, just a little bit of reflection here. Just a little bit of reflection here. Calling the developers really sensitive about gesture being removed, but also, you know, enraged that said gesture was removed. But that's really all I gotta say, man. Hopefully they, you know, they focus more on the hackers, and they fix that, and, you know, they get all these false bans sorted out. And, you know, remember, guys, you signed the terms of services, so if you agree to those terms, they do whatever sleazy shit they want. But with that out the way, ladies and gentlemen, y'all stay safe, and I'm out.